I'm Jason from CLO-SET team, and welcome to the CLO-SET Skill Webinar 2026. So for today's topic is optimizing 3D fashion workflow, practical tips and shortcuts. So similar to the last webinar in the last few years, actually we will divide it into 3 parts. So the first part will be an introduction of what we are going to talk about today. And then we will also have a live demonstration to demonstrate the workflow together. And finally, we will have the Q&A session. So please just feel free to share your thoughts, your feedback, or any questions related to the webinar or to CLO-SET in the chat room. Yeah, so I will also answer it one by one after the whole in the introduction and the live demonstration. Yeah, and also just as a promotion, just as a promotion is we also have the YouTube channel CLO-SET Official and also our CLO-SET website. So if you are new to CLO-SET, just feel free to visit our website and the YouTube channel to get more information. And in the meantime, we also, actually we also have a new CLO-SET tutorial just released it in our YouTube channel. So again, if you are just a CLO-SET beginner or new to CLO-SET, would be a really great video for you to start up your CLO-SET journey. Yep. So maybe let us start the topic today. Yeah. So the CLO-SET tips and shortcuts. So as a background for today's topic, actually, we also really thankful for all of our users. We can see our user community of CLO-SET is growing, but we also can have, we heard more requests for the tools to boost the 3D productivity and the efficiency. So that's why in the last couple of years, we have developed numbers of enhancements or mini tools which could help you to optimize your daily workflow. Or use another way to explain, just like the gadgets in your Doraemon pocket, that you have different tools, you can make good use of it so that you can do your daily workflow with a higher efficiency. But here are the list of those tools I'm going to going to share today. But as you can see, it has been like crossed through different stages of your design development and sampling. But we will explain it one by one in the live demonstration. But just as a wrap up for that is we hope that those tools can help you to streamline your 3D workflow and maximize your 3D efficiency. Yeah. So as I mentioned, there are lots of tools and we'll explain it one by one. So let us just start our live demonstration right now. So just assuming that we are going to develop a new design collection in CLO-SET. Yeah. So as the first step, if you already use CLO-SET, you will know that the first step would be we can create a workroom to collect all the samples and materials. So let's start from this way. So we can go to the, so here you can see we have already created the workroom, but what we need is just click the button on the top to upload all the related files to this workroom or this folder. Yeah. But from here, while it is uploading, just to explain that in CLO-SET right now, it can already support all types of common 2D and 3D format, just like the image I'm showing right now. For example, the CLO default format, ZPRJ, ZFAB, also the 2D common format like PDF, PNG, and also the 3D common format like OBJ, GLB. All those files, after you upload to CLO-SET, it can also be previewed. But recently, we have also support the new format like DXF and PDF, MP4, sorry of that, MP4. So that if you have upload those files to CLO-SET, then you can also preview it directly online. So let's have a look. Maybe 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah, so here is the file I've uploaded. For example, maybe this collection, I have a video to show my inspiration. Then I can upload it and then directly preview it in CLO-SET, just like that. Yeah, so that is just a as a remark of those format you can upload to CLO-SET. But let's say here are the initial materials for our design collection. And as you can see, some of them has been labeled as like the carryover style, and some others are maybe the new style. But maybe some of the file, maybe some of the style, you haven't know like what's the block or what's the like the color, everything you haven't know it. So in that case, you can also click on the top and create a blank content as a placeholder style. Yeah, so maybe we can try it. Yeah, so we can create blank style. Yeah, so you can see there will be a hanger representing there is a placeholder. And then maybe I also rename it as code 01. Yeah. Then here are the materials. It's ready. And then maybe we can also have one more step is we access to each of the sample or each of the file and to do further preparation. So let's double click to code 01. After you click inside, you will see this content page. For some of the user, if you have already used CLO-SET a lot, you will notice that that is the new content page of CLO-SET. So maybe I will also explain the button here one by one, or the main button from here, so that you know how to use it. But first of all, as you can see, here is an overview tip, or we can say a cover page of your content page. So from here, you can already fill in the information for your design, like the materials composition, maybe wool 100%, or the customer type, the color required, etc. Yeah. But in the meantime, as you can see, there will be a button of setting. You can click on it and to customize the information you need on the cover page. So for example, you can also add another title to make more categorization of the information. And also for this time, I also need to show the initial pricing, also maybe the category of this design, etc. Then you can also add it, and here is the result. And in the meantime, then you can fill in the information of this design initially. Okay, so that is the cover page. But as you can see on the top, we also have different like different area of for your design. So maybe we can go to one or two that is really important for your initial design development. So the first one would be BOM. So let me click to BOM tab. So from here, so BOM, which means the bill of materials, so that you can also fill in the costing here in advance. So for example, we can click on the middle, add blank row to add a new row to fill in, like, for example, the fabric information. Maybe this sample, I need a wool fabric 01. And also the costing will be a certain amount, also would be a certain amount of yardage. So we can also fill it in. Okay. Yep. So that is like the way you can manage your initial costing as well in CLO-SET. But in the meantime is here, you can see I just add a new row to fill in the information. But apart from that, we can also, for example, maybe in your company library, which means your assets library already have some fabric related to this design, you can directly link into this BOM as well. Yeah. So here is I'm showing in my company library, which means the assets library, I'm picking up one of the fabric and then use it in my BOM, which means that is the fabric I will use for this design. Yep, so that is how I can add, another way to add the button. And also we can have other like additional information added. For example, maybe another materials will be the graphic. And then we also need to show like what's the graphic, what's the image patch we needed for this design. Then we can also add in this bill of materials list. Yep. So just really quickly show, we also have this BOM function to like list out all the materials you need for this design. And similar to BOM, another really important information for your design development would be the POM, which means your measurement. So we can go to the measurement tab. Again, just similar application, you can fill in the measurement, initial measurement needed for this design from here, like the exact how to measure it, what's the tolerance, all of them, you can just fill it in. Yep, so here I just quickly show that you just, similar functionality. You click the add button and then one by one, you can add all the initial measurement from here. Yep, so that is the POM tab. And let's say, as you can see, we already have the cover page showing the basic information, the POM showing the materials information, and also the POM showing the measurement. So as you can see, all the information are ready for the design development. But as a remark, just to show you, the information that you have filled in can also preview it in the workgroup, just like here. Yeah, we can have a button here. You just put your cursor on it and we show the information of this file. So that it's easier for you to manage your design collection. Okay, so as you can see, we already have from here, have some carryover style, some new style, even some placeholder, also some inspiration, so that everything is ready. And then for us, we can already go to CLO for the CLO sampling. So let's go to CLO 3D. Okay, so in CLO 3D, the first thing we'd like to highlight is we also have the integration to CLO 3D seamlessly, which is the CLO library. So maybe we can click on the CLO library on the top. Yeah, and you will see CLO-SET. So you can click on it. And as you can see, I've already signed it in. And you can already see all of your folder and the subfolder, and also the folder structure, same as CLO-SET, is already here. And in the meantime, you can just click and then navigate where you want to find the file. And even all the function that is in CLO-SET is also in CLO. For example, you can use the workflow label to find out specific item, like that. And for example, I need to use this jackcat02, just double click and it will be directly open in CLO. Yeah. So that is one of the tips where you start to do the sampling in CLO, but the materials is in CLO-SET, then you can quickly drag and drop all the materials and start your sampling. But if, so let's say that is one of the way you start your sampling is in CLO. But if you say, oh, I want to find the materials directly in CLO-SET, in the websites, then we can also recommend you another function, which is called CLO-SET Workspace Browser. So which is located on the left-hand side. You can click on it, the search button. Then from here, first of all, you can already use the filter on the top to filter out specific content type, which means it is a fabric or graphic or style, just use it to filter it out. And also we can, based on the folder, to filter out specific item. Yeah. So for example, I have already, it's a little bit fast, but let me show it once again. So here is, I have already have all the fabric in a specific area, which is the company library, and to show it in one page. But in the meantime is maybe sometimes it's too many files, right? And we also have another really useful function which is the image search on the top, which can help you to use an image as a reference and then search the relevant file. So let's say that is the jacket, the silhouette I want like this, and I want to find something similar. Then I can just put the image on CLO-SET and to find the similar silhouettes of the garment block. So you can try it. Yeah, it is a really useful function, especially when you have many files, you couldn't find it by the name or any other way, then it would be a really useful function. But another remark for you or tips for you is don't forget that we can also categorize your file based on the category and also the tag label. So let's say this file, we can double click on it and you will see category. So we can click on category and then just add the label according to really the category of this file. Like it is a garment, women's, and then outerwear. Then you can add this label. And similar to category, we can also like the Instagram, just like using Instagram to add some tag. Like it is a relax feed or any keyword related to this file, just add it. Then if you already have that category label or the tag label, then you can use those labels to filter it out in your workroom or you in any levels of your folder. Like this, like again, garment, women's, outerwear. And apply, and you will see that file. Yeah, you have such label. Or you can on the top use the search engine to fill in the tag. Yeah, and then again, you will be able to find this relevant materials. But also just as a like a promotion is if you want to know further, especially for that part, we also have another last webinar recording the video, which is related to the materials library setup. So you can also have a look on that Skill Up webinar recording. Yeah. So, okay. So let's say, yeah, here we have already complete like some tips and also we have already complete some, we already create that 3D sample. And then the next step would be we can upload it back to CLO-SET, just like this code. And then it can be used, it will be proceed to the next stage, which is for the sample review. So maybe let's have a look on all those shortcuts or tips which will help you for the sample review process. So the first thing I want to introduce is the linked content function. Yeah, so let me click on that function first. Yeah, so here we show you the connection of the file in your workspace. So for example, maybe you have created this code, and this code is originally from the garment board in your assets library, the company library. Then after you use that garment block to create this code, and it will show in here the linkage, the relationship as the parent contents. Yeah, so that by this way you will be able to like track the relationship of which block is created by which block and also how it is related. Yeah, so that is one of the way for you to search the single truth of the source. And in the meantime, just that is one of the function, but we can also have a look on other function that I would like to like really highlight in this webinar. So another thing is we can going back to really the main page, which is the viewer. And you will notice that right now we have add more and more function, which is exactly same as CLO-3D. In the latest update, we have already added the quality render of CLO-3D into CLO-SET so that you can use the same quality to review the file. Just like that, yeah. And in the meantime is we also have the 2D viewer already in CLO-SET. So also please make use of it, especially if you need to like review the construction of your sample with other people. Yeah. But as a remark, if you think, oh, you don't want to show the 2D viewer, it's also possible to be hidden in the in your folder setting. Yeah. So you can also, based on this, it will be optional, but based on this, to have more flexibility on your sample review. Okay, so that is like another thing we want to really highlight related to the viewer, also the pattern. But another thing would be related to the quality check. Yeah, so currently we already can use the auto quality check tool in CLO-SET to review, to check the property setting of your 3D file. Yeah, just like that. We can use this auto tool to check the particle distance or other setting in your file to see whether it is like in the quality requirement, is it fail or it pass. Yeah, but for that part, maybe some of you already remember, we already have another webinar before, which is the 3D quality checking. So again, you can also have a look on our previous webinar to know further about this function. But what I would like to highlight for today is we currently have released a new function as well, which is called new quality chatbot, which can help you to review and also comment the file efficiently. So let me just show you quickly. The first thing you need to do is similar to the 3D quality check tool. Yeah, the one that I said we have the webinar. So we can go to the setting, which is the folder setting, and go to content 3D quality check. And here we can activate this 3D quality check and set your requirement of the quality. Like again, like here you can already see my setting is the particle distance must be between 3 to 5. And also, yeah, so that is just as an example, we also, also I have set this file should not have any pattern, which is strengthened. Yeah, so that is the setup. And after you have done this setup, applied it, and we can go back to the file. And right now on the top, you can click it and to see the comments area. And here we have a new button called QC Review, which is the new features we have released. You can click on it, and then our AI QC bot will help you to automatically review the whole file according to your requirement, and to give the comment also automatically of what's the things you need to correct on that file. So it will be the function for you to quickly like review the file and also to correct it. But in the meantime, also have another functions just shown it is on the comment tab. You can see the translate button right now. Yeah. So because we also know that some of the user may not be will be more familiar with your local language, so that we just have developed this AI translation tool in CLO-SET. So you can also just translate it in your local language and for the correction. Yep, so here is just some quick tools that really want to highlight for the sample review part. But let's say everything is reviewed and then we need to correct it, go back to code to correct it, and then lastly, we can upload a new file on the top. So yeah, so you can see the upload button and upload it as another version. Okay, so here you can see we have like correct the file and then upload as another version. And let's go to another step would be, let's say now the sample is complete and we need to step into for the collection lineup and the adoption. So let me just go through the the tips for you like one by one quickly. So the first one is for rendering. Yeah. So that is always something I think our user underestimated this tool, which is the cloud rendering function. So that function is just similar to Clo, that you can get a really high photorealistic image from our cloud server. Yeah. And as you can see, the function inside is always same as Clo, that you can set the setting, the rendering, even the lighting, etc. But one thing I really want to highlight is, for example, maybe you have tons of 3D file that you need to render. And even those files, you need to have a sim render setting. So in that case, actually you can also add a render preset so that every time, every sample, you use the same render quality and setting to do the render. Yeah. So as you can see, what we can do is quite simple. It's just on the top and then click like do the setting of your rendering and then just click save as a render preset. And then these render preset will be always appear on all the files. and then you can use the same quality to get the high quality image of the rendering. But also as another remark is, let's say you also want to use a render preset which was like saved from CLO, is also possible. So just like here, I already set the lighting again, the lighting, the rendering, the camera, all the properties in CLO. And you can go to the top and click File. Yep, click File, and then Save As, and you will see render properties. So you can save this as render properties from CLO 3D. And then you can go back again. It's going back to the folder setting, or we can say company setting, and you will see rendering as one of the area, and just upload this CLO file back to CLO-SET. Then it will become another render preset, but this render preset is saved from CLO 3D. Yeah, so please just try it and make good use of our rendering server. And then, yeah, so let's say we also have completed the rendering, and maybe some of you already have used it a lot, is we also have a really good function for your collection lineup and review, which is called assortment. So let me just quickly open a assortment first, and we can have a look. So maybe some of you might already like notice that our assortment, the user interface is slightly changed. So first of all is you can see right now, if you have many colorways for one sample, you can select whether in this collection lineup, which one you want to hidden, which one you want to show. Yeah, so it would be much more easier for you to like manage your lineup. And in the meantime, we also know that maybe the display is also really important, so that we can also set further like some like tiny setting for your display, like the size or the gap in between, etc. So just really quickly show you the our user interface enhancement in assortment. But another thing we'd like to highlight is you can see on the top, we have put the mix and match tool up here on the top. So in the mix and match tool, just like similar previous, that you can add different like top or bottom, and then to make it as a combination and to refill it as the outfit. So just like here, I have a sweater and also a skirt, and then I put it together and have a look. But something new for our user is now we can also save that kind of combination as different things, so that it's easier for you to see like different results before you make the adoption of your collection lineup. And another thing is right now we also support multiple mix and match. Like you have the top, you have the bottom, even you have the jacket, then you can put it together to see the results, just like that. Yeah, so that is a really simple, but we hope it would be a really useful function for our user to do the collection lineup and also to judge the outfits, whether it should be good or not, or any correction is needed. And another thing is also similar to before, we also have the virtual showroom function on the top. So we can also have a look. So for the virtual showroom, again, is if you need to know the details, you can also review our previous webinar, which is the virtual showroom workflow. Again, it will be in our YouTube channel, so please feel free to review it. But as one of the updates in this virtual showroom tool is we also can do add to carts in virtual showroom right now, just like really like a retailing, a shopping experience. So let's say here is the exported virtual showroom. And when you click on either one of the file, and you will see this option, add to selection. Then you can click on it, and it will be add to our cart. And our cart is, the button is on the bottom, and you will see like, because right now I have only select one item, so that the item will be listed only in my cart as the right hand side. But in the meantime is we can also select finally which one I'm really interested in, and then click the bottom button, inquiry about selected item, so that we will have another page from here, and will be another like pop-up window for you to inform us. Actually, it's us. From the visitor inform us that they are interested in those style, including they will your visitor can fill in their company name, their name, and also really important their email address to let you know they have selected those style. And in the meantime, for you as a user, you will receive the email notification so that you can do the follow-up once they do the add to cart action. Yeah. So that is related to just really one of the small updates in virtual showroom, but we hope that it will also help you to have further interaction with your visitor. So yeah, so here is just really quickly show you also some of the tips and also shortcut for your collection lineup and also refill. But coming to the last of the step, as you can see, we have already completed some of the tips of like design development, also the creation, the refill, even the line adoption, the refill of the collection. But as the last step, we also have some data analysis tool to help you to analyze. So for your season, for your collection, how was the performance? Is that good or not? How the timing is used? How was the cost? All those things. So maybe we can quickly have a look. So the data function is placed on the right-hand corner. So maybe you can click on it and have a look. The first thing is usage statistic. As you can see, it will show you the bar charts that showing like different files. How is it? Like what's the status of it? And in the other words, it can also show the adoption rates of your sample. Adoption rates of your sample. Yeah. So that is one of the way you can like review the performance and also your status of your sample development. Yeah. But another thing is the cost saving analysis. From here, it will show you the amounts of physical sample production cost saved by doing 3D sample. So because of it, we can also set, like, for example, the default sampling cost for physical sample would be how much. And then based on this to calculate, how many 3D sample is created to replace the physical sample, and then what's the cost we have saved. But in the meantime, we also know that some of the sample, because of the product type, might have a higher sampling cost. So that for that part, we can also like customize it one by one. Yep, so that is a really simple but useful function, which is the cost saving analysis. And another one, apart from cost, and then will be related to time. So we also have the lead time analysis tool to show you the overall lead time for you to create this collection. And again, if you need to know the details, actually you can click on the each of the sample, each of the design. And we also have this content analysis tip, and to show you the lead time have been used for each of the development workflow in details. Yeah, so that is also another function that we'd like to show you. But lastly is, apart from all those kind of like KPI or performance analysis, the last thing would be maybe you want to know just about the activity interaction happen in each of the sample. And in that case, we can also click on the top, going back to comment, and then you will see activity log on the right hand corner, and you will see who have uploaded something, who have changed something, who has added something. So if you also need that kind of data, we can also show it at least in this content page. Yep. So here is just quickly show you all the like tips or the shortcuts that we can also use even by the last for your performance review.